presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by Chrysler and the new Chrysler Cirrus sports sedan.
From the Lahaina Civic Center in Lahaina, Maui, it's the second semifinal game in the Maui Invitational. Arizona State knocked off Michigan with a tremendous second half, and so they await the winner of this game. As we take a look at the starting lineups for Rick Majerus, they pulled off the win against Indiana. Ben Melmoth in the middle, 6'10", and just a freshman, and he'll be asked to handle Joe Smith quite a bit, so he's the reason we have him highlighted. For Gary Williams and the Maryland Terrapins, Johnny Rhodes. He is just so quick getting the basketball. 27 steals. He'd become the all-time leader at Maryland. And just a junior.
And the big thing, I think, for this game and for Maryland, the speed at guard. Do they attack? Do they pressure? Do they come up with turnovers? Do they fast break for easy goals? Utah has to be concerned about that.
Van Horn and Smith will get us underway. Maryland controls the tip as X3 Hip comes back for it.
And the Utes, man-to-man.
Rhodes comes around and loses the handle momentarily, so he couldn't get the shot off.
They may see a little more one-on-one on the wings by Maryland, figuring they can take advantage. Well, go down low. That's a better simple approach, but effective.
Smith right over top of Melmoth. Brandon Jesse to Majen.
Van Horn can get off early. It's certainly going to help Utah.
He struggled early in that game yesterday, and Brandon Jesse misses everything. Pass, X3 Hip runs it down, but not before he steps on the baseline and out of bounds.
And he took everything down over there, shot clock and all. And Toss should have been right to him or loop so he could run under it. Pretty good effort. You see the foot on the baseline, or the shadow of the foot on the baseline.
Little collision there.
Here's the one-and-done philosophy. Full court. If they're in there, they closed the turnover, stepped in the line, stepped over the line.
Hip comes to the basket. Oh! Van Horn thought he had the basketball.
Pretty out of bounds, huh?
Nice. Hip came to the ball so quickly.
The ability, now that pass should not have gotten in baseline. That's got to be closed off totally. And see Keith Van Horn late. Rick Majerus in a plain shirt today. Is that one of his 3 for 12?
I don't think so. They were supposed to be Hawaiian shirts. I'm a little disappointed that Rick went with the solid colors today.
I don't think it's a name brand, though, unless he's changed his format. And here's the press mentioning earlier, the one and done. They'll deny up front here and then retreat. And they also then soften it and go at you just over the timeline. Good job defensively by Joe Smith.
Van Horn will take that 3 out there.
And Booth knows it well.
Almost a steal by Joe Smith. Melmoth to Brandon Jesse.
He does elevate, doesn't he? Nice looking form on that jumper. Good pass.
Simple. Preston chases him down.
With the dribble, that's one of the things Gary Williams figured. They might be able on the wing to go by.
Joe Smith, let's go with a 3 and rattles it in.
Well, from downtown if you can't touch it low. So he's got a turnaround jumper on the baseline and a knockdown deep.
Just about every NBA team represented here this week. You know they'd love to look at that 6'10" guy knocking down 3 pointers.
Good use of the court. Hit the pipe. Well, they do their homework. In the course of the year, they see these kids a number of times. And then the irony in it is they go and watch them in Chicago and Phoenix, and they're not sure how they play. So it's a real difficult decision. Not for the first of the lottery types, but the rest, as to where they can perform.
Smith fakes around Melman. Won't go. Brandon Jesse clears it out of there.
Van Horn really gets out beautifully.
Van Horn.
Simpkins with the reach, but that puts pressure on your big guys. If Joe Smith goes to a fadeaway, Keith Van Horn can run the floor, and great look by Brandon Jesse. And that softens up the D, too. I mean, you're not going to get set if guys leak out.
This is it. Melmoth nearly comes away with the rebound. Simpkins starts the break.
Good turn on him.
Van Horn gets the hand on it. Good block. Majen.
Great block is right, John. Didn't get the fast break out of it. Simpkins has some foot speed with the bounce.
Van Horn launches a three and carries it.
Well, you just mentioned his ability. You can't give him a cushion. You got to be right up under and hope that he tries to dribble. Particularly Booth, he can move and get in position.
Rhodes lobs it in for Keith Booth. Majen comes back to help, but he missed the foul.
Beautifully designed play. The little rush to get to the goal. And right here you'll see Booth almost setting him up. And this has got to be a switch. Majen looks as though he isn't sure, but the bump set it up well. Executed. Everything but the catch and finish.
He misses it. Booth, you saw what he did against Chaminade, which is close to a career high. 73%, huh?
Now, if Maryland doesn't get anything out of the press, and they do right here, catch and dribbling, very essential. But if they don't get anything, this is a very even game. Rick and Jarris get over the timeline, run their stuff.
Lob again, a little too high, but Joe Smith follows.
How about his reaction, John? A lot of guys wouldn't be prepared.
Wouldn't even know where it is.
Some teams do have a backboard pass, by the way.
Yeah.
That was not.
I don't think that was it. Van Horn thinks about the three, finds Preston, Melmoth, and again, all the big guys will shoot. Preston gets that one. One of the little guys that's a three-pointer, but all the big guys for Utah will launch three.
And does that help the post guy, whoever it was that time? Van Horn had slipped in.
Booth leans in, he gets fouled. Majen picks up his second pretty quickly.
And he'll get the hook, I think. Now, sometimes the hook's for the fouls, but also you might get a different look as Jensen comes in, presents some more dilemmas size-wise for Gary Williams. Gary, one of the many guys that has a scalp or two of mine.
Scalp or two he's gotten.
Meaning defeating our lofty program.
Now, I'll tell you what. I talked to Mike Krzyzewski a year or so ago, and he told me
Name dropper.
that you could coach.
Well, that's when he was Krzyzewski. He wasn't as sharp as he is now. He's Krzyzewski.
A one-point game. We're underway with our second semifinal.
On any given Sunday, there's over 5,000 hits, 2,000 head cracks, and 500 body slams. But the trouble is, it's not on the football field. Violence shouldn't be a part of real life. Think about it.
The new Chrysler Cirrus has an advanced 24-valve V6. Its cab-forward design conveniently provides room for 5. and a vast array of new technology. It has dual airbags and advanced rail-through construction for superior handling and quietness. Chrysler Cirrus. While its name is derived from the heavens, one of the best reasons to own one is very down to earth. Chrysler Cirrus. It's not just a step above, it's the new plateau.
Time to wash up.
Isn't it just like Delta to design a stylish faucet that's practical too?
Give me that.
So it's long enough to reach today's double and even triple sinks. Delta, the way water is brought to life.
Need a towel?
Well, Mr. Inside, Mr. Outside used to be a couple of running backs, huh? Blanchard and Davis for Army. Well, they've got one in the same here, whether it's Joe Smith deep and touch for a tray, the box, or the ability to react. Hands up, pretty good little catch, and the completion with the left. He's got it all. Consensus Frosh of the year.
And I said 1-point game going to break. Our scoreboard operator's just a tad slow.
Can't keep up with your the spoken word.
That's the Canadian version. You get less points for it, but it's tied up at 10.
Tastes better, though. And here comes a little different look. And this one is the problem. I think Utah will have the half court, but as you know, the teacher in Majerus, they've walked through all of this. And did they handle it?
I thought he was going to slip it off to Melmoth, but Van Horn now with 7 points. Wants it back is Joe Smith. Rhodes gets stripped by Jesse. Everyone going after it. And that was the basketball.
That was a basket for Jesse. If Van Horn wasn't indecisive, a little slap, and they had him going. You know, Jesse looks at you as though you're his coach. You ever notice that during the game? Am I doing all right, John?
He looks over here. Well, he knows
respect.
We get to talk about him here. We got to get it in and do. And then a foul. Keith Booth slaps the official on the rear end.
A little compliment, huh? Well, Tim Higgins will remember that gesture. But Maryland, if you have seen them last year, you know the press gnaws away. It may not surface right away. Here's one on the sideline. They just get their share.
Rhodes with the steal. He was hit with that last foul.
Give it to Joe, Gary.
Might be a thought. Keith Booth. Oh, what a strong move. And a pass. X-ray.
That one would get through any airport, huh? What a finish after the spin out and look.
Jesse wants to let fly with a 3. A little long. Comes back to Rhodes. Hampton Preston has to foul him.
Nice foul. Very nice foul. Heads up. Terry Preston in the open floor. The spin out. Almost a la Juanish. This, you name your favorite in the NBA, huh? X-ray hip on his birthday tomorrow. Today or tomorrow? Tomorrow.
Today.
Is it today?
One of the two.
Well, either one. Booth to the box and Jensen trying to prevail. Tags.
And again, Utah starting to rack up a few fouls. That's 5 on the team now, and that was a problem for them against Indiana early on. They ended up winning the game, but early on they had everybody with 2.
12 minutes to go in the first half yesterday. They were in the bonus. Look at that duck in by Van Horn.
Jesse drops it for Melmoth. Tough shot. And then Jensen knocks it out of bounds.
Talking to Gary Williams this morning, he said, you know, you don't win today, you could lose 2 after an opening victory. Does that sound like a coach?
What do you think about it? Nothing's guaranteed here. You got, for the most part, 3 tough games. Maryland drew a bit of a break with an undermanned Chaminade path, but Yeah, 3 tough games here.
They must have nice post pass. Take it over.
9
her
for
out.
Joe. Whoops. Goes back underneath the basket.
And why that's important is they run their out of bounds pretty well, Maryland. And this is the factor for Maryland. You've got perimeter people who can knock them down. You got a post guy who knows when the pass dictates that you drop step, he reacts. Nice looking finish.
And early on, they've been switching people up on Joe Smith. You saw that it was Van Horn last time.
Tough shot.
Goliak's on him now, and there's a little bodying going on underneath, and Utah will get it on the foul. Johnny Rhodes' second foul.
Joe, that time with the NBA mentality, figuring, well, a little slide here, I get bumped, I'll get to the free throw line. He does have a variety of moves, and turning around is when I think he's at his best.
Carroll runs it down, then runs out of room. Brandon Jesse with the pump fake and knocks it in. That's a 2-pointer.
And the guys square up, but with those shoulders, I mean, he's got that rim right in the center of his body. Nice knockdown after the pump fake.
Well, that's a travel. Keith Booth shuffles the pivot foot before he gets going. Utah making some changes as Drew Hansen comes in. X-ray hip comes back. To the corner for Carroll, who struggled with his jump shot yesterday.
He had problems, so maybe he'll just loosen up that stroke. Good ball movement.
Swings it. Hansen, long. Look at Smith go up for that rebound. Simpkins just pulls up.
It's so punishing because the defense, everybody collapsing to protect. Good looking stroke.
Got to get it in.
Now this is a game I think that Maryland, although it's against their philosophy, should retrap. I think they can cause some problems. That pass was fortunate for Utah.
Jensen. Hansen back in the middle. Well, Smith got a hand on that pass. On the baseline, who else? Joe Smith.
I was very impressed with Utah getting back. They made that a tough sequence. Most clubs with a turnover would have given up an easy deuce.
Carroll thinks about it, then launches a 3. He still needs a confidence builder. Lucas went over the back after that rebound, and he gets hit with the foul, his first.
If you're a shooter, Jimmy Carroll's got to at least be thinking, hey, I was right on the tin. And just hone in now a little bit.
Johnny Rhodes getting ready to check back in for Gary Williams. We'll get back to Maui in a moment.
Ever seen one of these? No, you haven't, because this is the future of television. A tiny satellite dish that receives something new called DirecTV. Now, for those of us who aren't rocket scientists, here's how it works. Every time I turn on the TV, I find something I feel like watching. Let's say I feel like a movie. Oh, do I drive to a video store? No, I stay right where I am. DirecTV is my video store. The hit movies I want start every 30 minutes. Let's say I feel like sports. I get hundreds of pro and college games I couldn't before. And cable networks? I've got everything I want. Everything. And DirecTV is digital. You can get great picture, CD sound, so even that fancy TV set you've been bragging about could look a lot better. And where is DirecTV? In some dream about the information superhighway? Nope. It's in my living room right now. Get your DSS 18-inch dish and DirecTV at your RCA or satellite TV dealer.
When we asked two-time Indy winner Emerson Fittipaldi to be involved in the development of the Chrysler Cirrus, it wasn't to have him help sell the car. It was to have him help refine it. He pushed it to the limits around the track. He made suggestions. The engineers listened. The engineers made suggestions, and he listened. The result of this collaboration is a specially modified double wishbone suspension system unlike any other on the road today. The Chrysler Cirrus. It's not just a step above. It's the new plateau.
Welcome back. Maryland leading by 4, 11:47 to go in the first half here in Maui. And we should remind you, the inaugural DirecTV Grade 8. 7 of the 8 final teams in the field of 64. Arkansas, the only one that declined to join us. But Arkansas will play UMass, of course. But we get underway on November 29th. Florida, BC, Duke against Connecticut. Boy, Duke, Connecticut, you think back a couple of years to one of the greatest games
the Meadowlands,
in the tournament. Absolutely. Christian Leitner.
At the Palace, one of the great buildings, and a few tickets available, they say. Not many. Mentioned Maryland does a nice job on the inbounds. Rick Majerus works hard. He's diligent, detailed on inbounding.
Doliak with that last conversion there. Back to a 2-point game. Jokes.
When did that? No, that was Lucas.
That was Lucas. I'm sorry.
He was stuck. Figured, why not shoot it?
Nowhere to go.
I'm sorry, John. They did another trap. I think they could really do a job.
What I was going to say is all you could see was red jerseys around him. And he still managed to hit the shot. Carroll, who's still looking to find his stroke, won't find it there as he's quickly double-teamed, and Joe Smith comes away with the loose ball. Jensen a little push. Got away with it.
How about the left? They don't cover the back. Hold on.
Brandon Jesse.
It had the looks of a walk, and Gary Williams tried to assist, but I think he just stumbled a little bit with the lead foot.
Rhodes from well outside misses everything, and Carroll comes up with it.
I think Carroll's really got to help this club. Knock down a few shots.
Doliak wants it in the middle, but they find Jensen down to Brandon Jesse. Oh, banks it.
When he steps in, though, nobody's going to deny him that area.
11 points for Brandon Jesse.
And he was considering Duke as well, wasn't he?
Duke and Georgetown and Arizona State were among his final schools, and Arizona State actually thought they had him.
Did you see Simpkins hold the shirt?
Yeah.
Oh, clever little play. Not a good look. And Brandon Jesse, I don't think he would have gotten it because it was too low. Not much starch in that shirt, huh, by the end of the day?
Preston is back in for Utah. Wayne Bristol comes in for Maryland.
Had a good ball game yesterday.
He's given them some terrific minutes off the bench over the last little while. What a game he had against UMass. The steal, Brandon Jesse starting spots Van Horn. What a pass!
Around the horn. And plenty. How about the pass? Catchable, the dip, and then to send it in. Terrific basketball. And the third foul. Whew.
Johnny Rhodes, third.
That hurts the flexibility for the next 10 minutes. But they get out. They're sneaky quick, aren't they?
They really are.
Van Horn gets them up and down.
And a terrific pass.
Great look. You know, the thing about running full tilt, if it's not catchable, it's a bad pass. But bounced nicely, able to gather and complete.
So Utah takes a 1-point lead. Keith Booth still looking to get going. Nice little move and gets his man to foul him. Alex Jensen.
If he hadn't done the little dipsy-do, Jensen may not have fouled him, but just that little hang between floors.
Keith Booth, another one of the Dunbar Poets from Baltimore, Maryland. Famed high school. It's won the 2 national championships over the years.
Well, you were given the names yesterday.
Reggie Williams, Reggie Lewis, David Wingate, Muggsy Bogues.
I remember Muggsy Bogues.
Sam Cassell.
Sam Cassell, absolutely. There to Florida State. But Muggsy visited Seton Hall, and the athletic director, Richie Regan, said to PJ, "You're not recruiting him. Well, you can't have him here. There's no way."
Can't play.
Richie was always a good judge of talent, as Van Horn puts him up and down incorrectly.
Yeah, I think Muggsy has proven a few people wrong over the years.
I'd say, how about Muggsy back in Charlotte? The kids in the neighborhood come over and ask his wife if Muggsy can come out and play.
Oh, he's one of the great ones, and a great person, too.
That he is. The back screen to a pick and roll. Booth tries to go out.
Jen does, a little too strong with it. Utah clears. Jesse wants it on the wing, but Preston goes to Majen.
And Van Horn once again down, so he's got post position if they want to give it to...
Out of control a little bit.
Nice.
You really can't even say he was out of control. Just, he ran into there. Somebody got in position. What a nice little move. His first foul.
Physical presence. What makes this club tough, Van Horn's down on the box, and Jesse, the bounce, and just a little bit, maybe the bump got him out of control, but they force you to get back defensively, eliminates the pressure on the half-court area, and then they've got a post-pass position.
X-ray hit on the baseline, short with it, comes loose. Oh, nice catch by Preston. And again, he's got Brandon Jesse. Decides to go into Van Horn.
They got steps.
Yep. To the goal, too. 10th turnover.
Really nice prospect, Heath Van Horn.
Yes.
And he's, you know, that the deep threat, puts it on the floor, but he gets up and down. I think it's Larson at BYU. He reminds me a lot of the ability to run, and Preston got pushed off.
And then he better back off.
The tendency is when your defender gets in the way, you extend the arm, and there's that little chug. I mean, that's good basketball. You teach guys to do that. But that's almost like a play on.
He was looking for the travel. Simpkins ties the game up as we get some substitutions for Utah.
You got to put numbers on the floor in this heat. The only guys that can handle this heat are the announcers.
Really?
Because we don't move for a couple hours.
Majen chases it down but can't come up with it, and Van Horn does. So we stay tied at 23, approaching 8 minutes left in the first half. Melvin's one of the substitutions that came in. Majen, he's been keeping his hand off the trigger today, which is unusual for him. Carroll lets fly. He needs one. It just won't go for him.
That drive to the gap and kick, Simpkins does beautifully.
Smith dumps it off to Bristol, but got a charge under there. Joe Smith ran someone over as he got rid of the ball. His first, 6th on the team, one away from the bonus. Tied at 23 in Maui.
We offer quick service on real estate loans. If you're thinking of building or buying a new home, stop in and see one of our officers. We offer competitive fixed-rate mortgages. When you get your loan from us, there's no waiting for out-of-town approval. We're an equal housing lender. Second Bank and Trust, member FDIC, the Quality Bank.
Meet Bob Jackson. He has the unique ability to rake leaves at over 120 miles per hour. Fortunately for the rest of us, so do steel blowers. Now available in steel territory, starting at $69.95.
The caring and knowledgeable staff at J.A. Swan believes
Rico and Tom Jackson here at Radio Shack to kick off ESPN's NFL Pro Bowl sweepstakes. To enter, drop by any Radio Shack, vote your favorite players into the NFL Pro Bowl, and you could win a trip to see the game in Hawaii or great Radio Shack prizes.
Here comes a voter now. She cuts left. She's racing towards the ballot box.
Uh-oh.
I hope you're voting for me.
Vote for you? You couldn't sack a bag of groceries.
Whoa! ESPN's NFL Pro Bowl sweepstakes. Enter at Radio Shack.
Some people enjoy whale watching, but we have a whale of a game.
I'm glad you said that. Because when they write about that, they'll say Bill Raftery said that.
It is on fire in the gym, and I think he'll get his wish. 2 even teams if Maryland doesn't cause problems with their press. And Gary Williams will be looking for different pressure points as he is right now. Here's a little lead into the wing guy, hip.
Melmoth does get rid of it to Carroll. Down to Van Horn. Quickly the help comes. Jesse almost got the rebound. Saves it. Oh, my goodness. Van Horn.
Amazing. He just looks you right in the eye, guides it up, bang.
I'll tell you, the way he released it at first and the way he looked the man off, I thought he was going to pass it to somebody. I looked for somebody coming in. What a shot.
He almost puts it out on a level. You got Booth with the push shot now. To me, that's small change. You got to let him play a little bit. He's a big kid, knows how to post up. He hadn't pushed, but here, watch it. Look him off, level it, and Cotton.
And that's the 7th team foul. So we're into the bonus here.
At his size, John, I mean, you can forecast a lot of good things for him. Very athletic, running the floor. You saw him leaking out on plays and shoots the deep one. He's out of the gate strong compared to yesterday.
Well, the other thing that impresses me about him, in addition to all the things you say, watching him battle underneath, he doesn't look that strong, but he clearly is really strong under there.
I think he's very competitive. It's what's under the shirt, I think, that makes you strong, and Carroll maybe will relax after knocking that one down.
Well, his last three-point attempt was extremely close. It rattled halfway down before it came out, so he's getting there.
Look at that
tip back in by Van Horn.
He's got it all going right now. Got to squeeze guys like that. They get Smith time. They run a little flex, pop in.
He leans in and rattles it home.
The screener, that philosophy, he screened, you get free. Nice step to the ball.
15 already for Joe Smith.
On the sideline, they got a push. Bristol.
A little over aggressive.
And put a automatic slinger on the line. Chief recruiter in the old Al McGuire days at Marquette. A few pounds ago and a few years ago. But always the same pleasant personality. Great sense of humor. Makes a ton at dinners. He pays for the meal, but they give him a check for the humor.
And if there's any question as to the fact that it's steamy in here, that answers it. Van Horn knocks it in as Wayne Bristol, that was his first foul.
Two contrasting styles in a way, but both run solid half-court offenses. Maryland's trying to get you into a turnover, at least a conscious effort to diffuse the press, rush your shot.
Bristol looking for a little help. Running out of room, but he finds Joe Smith, and somebody gets a hand on him.
I think it may be Carroll, John, the reach in. Everybody collapsing inside.
Carroll's first and the team's 9th, so we're one away from the double.
Pretty good passing, interior style, and you can see the clawing and scratching. Bring those arms up, you'll get the call.
Number 32, Joe Smith.
Bristol, you saw going to the bench.
12 points last night, 13 minutes. Take that from the bench, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Not a bad half.
It's not even a half yet.
Yeah, he's got 6 to go.
14 in. 17 now for Joe Smith.
And this is a tough spot to bring it in, and you're locked on the sideline. You can't run the floor. Let's see if they can turn the noose up a little bit, the Terrapins.
Ball was kicked, so we get a new shot clock. Hanson comes back and then finds his release man, Brandon Jesse. Gets it across the timeline, beats Keith Booth. Smith over to help. Oh, look at the rebound by Van Horn, and then he fouls Joe Smith. Oh, he stuffed it.
Oh, the foul stopped everything, but what a rejection. Oh, leather. He didn't shoot that ball, Brandon Jesse, but this is a major league grab, and I would have let them play there. Is that Lucas on the backside? Let him play a little bit. And right here, gorgeous defense, sending it back a step or two. Number 44, and there's another old 44 in the building, Jerry West, the Lakers chief.
19 points now for Van Horn. Southwood's first pass. Nice job by Lucas.
They all use that baseline beautifully. Come in, blind side, fill the box, and the ball is on time. If you recall in the Michigan game, they're not delivering the pass on time. See, the man arrives, the ball's there, and the rest, execution and talent with the kiss. But Maryland, more seasoned, more experience at doing those type of things, and that's why they're advancing.
Brandon Jesse picked up the foul. Lucas went in like he thought he had missed the free throw, but it went down. Utah's lead is 3 as we approach 5 to go in the first half. Van Horn, don't leave him open like that, although he misses everything.
He was shocked.
Too open, yeah.
This time he was that open, he was skiing. Good little double for him, staggered screen. There's that baseline cut again.
Lucas gets it. He fumbles it for a bit. Joe Smith. Oh, big collision down there. No call. Melmoth went to the floor.
Well, they had Jesse on the wing and went the wrong side.
And Horn loses it, but Carroll chases it down. Van Horn turns around over Booth.
Nice job by Carroll, too. He was looking to eye it up, and you can't let that big fella post up. You got to make it a tougher catch for him.
Carroll gets a little over anxious, gets a hand in there on Booth. Picks up his second foul and number 10 on the team, so 2 shots the rest of the way.
One of those unnecessary ones. How about this one, though? Booth, size differential, not really fighting for the box, and Carroll on the money with the dump down. 21 to go with the 15. I'd say he's out of the gate in a strong fashion.
Career high is 28. He's got 21 here in about 15 minutes.
And, you know, it's not a 5-furlong race either. This is a marathon between now and March. So he will get a ton of big evenings. I don't want to age you, but when Keith Booth, or you were in Baltimore announcing, he was probably in kindergarten. Is that going back a little bit?
He was, I'll tell you what, he wasn't in high school yet.
And you make me think you did their games or something, you know, like that was just a few years ago.
Oh, yeah. I can pretend.
He is so subdued compared to the old days. I mean, he still gets after it. He's emotional and intense. But a guy that's been successful, whether it's inheriting a successful program or building one up.
And as you saw the shot of Rick Majerus, he may have to go to the Maui shirt in the second half. This may be a two-shirt evening.
He may have to call John Thompson for some towels. Just to cover. Get a toga.
Melmoth misses both. And then Jensen gets the reach in after Smith, who grabbed the rebound. His third. As we just go back from one end to the other to shoot free throws.
This is the Deuces Wild group, right? Everybody had two there for a while.
I think they had two coming off the bus. And they'll shoot two as well.
Interesting to listen to Rick talk about his Dream Team 2 experience. We mentioned the watch that the Shaq gave to him, but how the interplay of guys and the philosophy of newer players versus Joe Dumars. And
he loved Dumars.
Oh, well, one of the superior individuals in the NBA. Quiet, dedicated guy.
Smith misses that. Oh, nice hands by Keith Booth. Brought it to still belong to Utah after they came down with the rebound.
Now, you picture that in the press. That's why this press is effective. And they do that on the wings and on the dribble. Here's the initial.
Here's the three. Watch over the 10-second. Just get it over. Jesse launches a three. Booth, or rather Smith with the rebound. X-ray hip. Gets fouled by Van Horn.
And even though Jesse is a good shooter, the speed of that shot hurt. They couldn't get themselves balanced. And you shoot within the flow of your offense, then everybody's in the spot to get back. And plus Van Horn a foul. Coaches are standing up there. Donnie Daniels talking about Van Horn. Big decision right now whether to yank him. 4:15 to go. And Majen, and my guess would be for Keith Van Horn. No, Jesse.
Number 50, Majen.
Just a one-point game now. Utah still with the lead. Managing to beat the pressure. Van Horn with a nice catch. Then he leans in a little flat on the shot. Somebody may have got it from behind.
I think you're right, John. Pretty look.
Oh, Lucas.
They can get you going, revved up speed.
From behind, X-ray hip.
Not a good one, huh?
No, he wasn't getting that ball.
No, you weren't in position. You got to pass on it once in a while, but the emotion of college basketball sometimes overcomes deep thinking. And they do get after you. They drop back, continue the pressure. And Carroll able to get his body between the defender and the ball.
He is struggling.
Just a little strong on the shot.
Maybe we could get him over here. There's a lull, and you could tell him.
You did such a good job with it. Gerard Ward telling him to shoot lefty. Here's the kid with one of those pure strokes, and it happens. I think you're wanting it too much. Look at that rotation.
He got that one. From Maui, we're in a tight one. Tied at 36.
Listen, this stuff that we make, it's powerful. It makes you powerful. Take it. Gather up your ideas. Listen. This stuff, run with it. It's powerful. This stuff, take it. It's powerful. Listen. This stuff make trouble and good things. Gather up your ideas. Just do something amazing and good things will happen. It makes you powerful. The stuff that we make, take it. Gather up your ideas. Learn, do something amazing. We're going to gather up your ideas, and we can't wait to see what you're going to do. We're in your corner. Listen, and we can't wait to see what you're going to do. Listen.
The new Chrysler Cirrus has an advanced 24-valve V6. Its cab-forward design conveniently provides room for 5 and a vast array of new technology. It has dual airbags and advanced rail-through construction for superior handling and quietness. Chrysler Cirrus. While its name is derived from the heavens, one of the best reasons to own one is very down-to-earth. Chrysler Cirrus. It's not just a step above, it's the new plateau.
36 apiece, John Saunders and Bill Raftery here at the Maui Invitational semifinal. And a reminder that tomorrow it's the preseason NIT from Madison Square Garden, the semifinals, Memphis and New Mexico State, Ohio U and GW. And Gary Trent, if you haven't had a chance to see him play, that's a terrific player for Ohio U.
He's the whole load. And Mike Jarvis proving once again, no matter who's there, they're a tough out. And you look at this Maryland team as Utah goes zone. They got Van Horn resting. The guard Simpkins 3, and Rhodes with the 3 fouls out of the game. And that it's amazing that they're right there.
Not getting off of the guard. Simpkins launches the 3. He heard you.
All right.
Guard play. Majan left alone. Rattles out. Doliak goes after the rebound. Had his hands on it.
Now the press is working. You're taking those quick jack shots.
Simpkins again launches a 3 long hit. No business getting that rebound and came down with it.
He is an active performer. See the affectionate rub by Lucas. This one, everybody in the house thought it was going down as Dwayne gets the harsh rebound. Hit may have gotten it over the top, but good pursuit of the basketball. And Ma Jen. Brandon Jesse, the quick jumper. That jumper all of a sudden, bang, 40-36.
It buries that.
Pretty explosive team, aren't they? Bristol gives Hip a blow. And they keep
has it stolen by Bristol, who leads in.
John, they kept the press on for the first time. Got a steal. I think a re-trap would be effective against Utah.
Melmoth spins. Someone got a piece of that. Bristol gets it. Nice pass. Oh, Joe might have taken a few steps on the floor. Everyone's there.
Look at this. Blow the whistle, guys. I think he did before the ensuing scrum. You mentioned somebody that got the piece of that jumper. There were 3 Maryland players. At some point, you don't shoot the basketball. Doliak trying to get involved, and, well, maybe just spin out. And the rest, something I know you didn't value as a performer. Let somebody else get down there. Kick it out when you finish, boys.
I'm over here. The arrow favored Utah. So with 2:38 to go and a 7-point Maryland lead, that's their biggest lead of the game. What's the discussion here?
I think making sure the possession arrow was correct. Did they switch it and all? I mean, remember the execution of the out-of-bounds plays. Not bad, huh?
Little shot clock question, I think.
Oh, was it? Doliak able to duck in. Not good D by the Terrapins.
Simpkins into the middle to Smith. He's trying to find Keith Booth. Ma Jen going to take it up against Smith. Oh, so the finger roll won't go, but he does get the foul.
Well, no matter what country you're in, I don't think that was good judgment. The international circuit, an errant toss, and Joe Smith generally finds people, but Utah with the hands up, and Jen going against Joe Smith. Question in judgment, maybe. Didn't get the real good angle.
You mentioned international play, and Ma Jen, actually, they thought he was going to play for Jimmy Herrick at UCLA when he first came over, and ended up at a junior college in Utah. And that's how he wound up at Utah with Rick Majerus.
And some help with an interpreter on occasion. And Rick does speak a foreign language on occasion. It's rather easy to understand.
Booth almost lost it. Booth into X3 hip, turns around and rattles it in. And again, the pressure, not backing it off. Carroll gets it across.
That's the way to eat the basketball, though. They need a little pulling of the pulse. Pull the string. And look at this. Oh, not a good pass.
Melmoth had no shot at getting that from Doliak. 12th turnover. Want to remind everyone coming up at halftime, Carl Ravitch and Digger Phelps will have a look at Maui highlights and reactions. UMass and Arkansas. That's going to be a terrific game on Friday from Springfield. We'll talk about that.
I'm sure Digger probably played golf this morning up there in Bristol.
Oh, without question.
Well, you're right. That should be a sensational, stirring ball game. Two Titans.
Jen swings it to Hansen. Melmoth wants it, dishes it back out to Hansen, and lets fly off the mark. Doliak gets there.
In the right spot. And just ward your guy off, check him under the 10, and the errant toss seized. Booth wanted to post up. He's pretty good down there.
Simpkins spins, finds Bristol, who loses it momentarily. A little double dribble there, perhaps.
Well, he didn't catch it, so. But you've got to catch it clean for that little open jumper. Now, he forced that issue, didn't he? That's experience at the point. Dwayne Simpkins.
Hansen gets the foul, his first. And Simpkins will go and shoot two.
Well, it's rather warm in here. Would you say that Rick's going to shed a few today?
I think everyone in here is. 7 for Simpkins. Rodney Elliott, freshman out of Baltimore, another one of those Dunbar products who come into the game now for the Terps.
They keep coming, and they're very enthusiastic about his ability. That ensures control of the foul factor up front.
Terps have hit 6 straight field goals. They have a 6-point lead. 30 seconds left now in the first half.
And Rick's done a nice job. His guys on the bench staying within hailing distance, making sure they don't get another foul.
Shot clock under 15 now.
Got to catch it. They had Carroll.
Seconds different. Majan lets it go. Oh!
I thought that was going in.
Over on the rim, and somebody got a hand on it and took it off. Simpkins drives, gets fouled, scores with 0.5 seconds left.
You're talking a 5-point swing right here.
I'd like to see that again.
I think that's a score to go. Majen soft. I think it may have been going in too, John. Well, tough, huh?
That's a tough call.
Yeah, it was. And right here, once again, something that Gary expected. Simpkins or Rhodes able to penetrate and cause some problems for the defense.
And your favorite player is coming into the game.
He's in. Yes, Cavicius.
Very good.
Rooney. For short.
That's the last time you'll call him
easier.
Cavicius for the rest of the day. And at the end of the first half. Maryland opens up a 9-point lead. The second half still to come. The winner gets Arizona State. Right now, to Carl Ravitch and Digger Phelps.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. The Southpaw Guards of Maryland causing many problems. Coming up on the Delta Faucet Halftime Report, highlights of Michigan, Arizona State, Big Ten, Pac-10. Was it a matchup or were they overmatched by Mario Bennett? And who won't be this year? We'll have highlights of that. The score at the break right now, 50-41 in favor of the Terrapins out of the ACC.
ESPN's presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by Microsoft. Where do you want to go today? And by DirecTV, introducing personalized TV.
Leave it to Delta to design a stylish and practical faucet that works with you in perfect harmony. No matter what the situation.
Oh, honey.
Party?
Honey, though, I think I got this. Listen.
Delta, the way water is brought to life.
Dear Diary, today it's sunny and noisy.
You see what I see? We're safe!
What are you looking at?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Over the last few years, a lot of people have seen their investments drop in value. Unfortunately, that's life. Our annuities have held their value and consistently paid higher rates than CDs. That's New York Life. New York Life, the company you keep.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Delta Faucet Halftime Report. Carl Ravitch, Digger Phelps, a 9-point Maryland lead over Utah. Earlier, Steve Fisher taking on Bill Frieder. Bill Frieder has hope. So far, so good. Nobody's hurt, and he hopes things continue that way. Frieder was at Michigan, remember, from 81 to 89, and then Fisher took over and took him to a title. Jimmy King, hot early, had 14. Comparison to Michael Jordan with a finger roll. Then the nifty up and under. They scored the first 10 and 16 of the first 20, but Digger, then things changed.
Well, then it was the pressure. When you take a look at the second half, the turnovers. Ray Jackson gets a turnover right here, brings it in. Isaac Burton comes in with a score, and this is the beginning of the turnaround when Arizona State makes the comeback.
Tied at 38, Bill Frieder's team goes to the locker room, more pressure. Jimmy King gives it up, Quincy Brewer goes in. ASU scored the first 13 of the second half. Dugan Fife loses it to Burton, 2-on-1. Marcel Capers to Burton, he had 18. Digger, difference in this second half inside.
Right here with Mario Bennett, and this has been a problem for Michigan the whole second half. 21 big points, good lob pass read, slam dunk, yes. 21 big ones. Mario Bennett takes the game over.
Bennett finishes it off with a little tomahawk, 21, 48 in 2 games, and Frieder over Fisher. Arizona State wins it 79-62. Bennett, the story, 46 points in 2 games, I should say. Taylor of Michigan leading again, 21 points and 10 boards following the game. Bill Frieder said too much was made of the Fisher versus Frieder matchup, but it was apparent that not too much can be made of their friendship.
A lot of compassion in this game, and Bill just saying the same. Once the game is over, the feeling is for you and your program.
I'm never going to talk to him again. He beat us so bad. He's got a good team.
He got
a good team. I want him to get a ring in the Pac-10 for a Pac-10 championship. I think experience and toughness that he's instilled in them was a huge difference today.
When you two were together, what did he give you in terms of your coaching profession?
Nothing. And the friendship is quite apparent. Now to our game, Maryland and Utah. Gary Williams said the expectations on his team this season, that's good. Better than being expected to lose. What's been the difference so far in the first half?
Well, I really think when Maryland starts this game out, you know they're going to press. Gary Williams is never going to change that. That's how they were so good last year with Joe Smith and company, and tonight's no different. Yet Utah, if they attack the press intelligently, that allows Van Horn, as well as when you look at the way to score against the press, to put things in motion. Coming down the floor, Maryland at their best. Trap, no, they kept the 5-second count. Turnover to Van Horn. Now watch Utah right now. Here's what they got to do to beat it. Take your time. Reverse it. Come to one side. Bring it here. Reverse it back. Look to the middle. Nothing there. Reverse it. Patience. Then what do you do once you get it over half court? Find Van Horn. He takes it. Score. And you take the press, beat it to score. And that's why when you take a look at Brandon Jesse and Keith Van Horn, if they just have the patience, they can get back in this game. But you can see why Maryland just wears you down, and sooner or later they just come after you, and that's why they have the 9-point lead.
Athletes on the Maryland club.
And a coach that says, let's go after you. And I think when they don't have the center, as you notice, even when Utah was in there, if Utah gets on the boards and plays with the inside game, that bothers Joe Smith as well as Maryland's front line because they're not big and strong. But when they have that quickness with the guards pressuring, and when you get Joe Smith involved with the offense, other things fall in place. And this is why Maryland's such a good team.
Smith has 18, Van Horn has 21. Take a look at the consolation games played earlier today when the sun rose in Maui. Indiana bounces back thanks to 37 from Evans on 8 threes. Henderson had 28. In the Tulane win, A&M had 25 turnovers. They have 47 in 2 games. They're going to miss transfer David Edwards. Our halftime score is 50-41. Maryland is on top by 9.
This halftime report is presented by the Delta Faucet Company. Delta, the way water is brought to life.
A bowling ball. A pineapple. A birthday cake. A Nokia cellular phone. Here for me to juggle my schedule.
He's a juggler. You're not. Pick up a Nokia cellular phone to help you juggle your schedule. Nokia, largest European cellular phone manufacturer, now in America.
Ow! Oh, Rex, go get me the vice grip pliers.
Rex! Get what? Rex!
Thanks, Rex.
Vice grip locking pliers, the handyman's best friend. Ever wonder what bears really do in the woods? The Passport from Honda.
22 minutes, 16 seconds past the hour.
Nice guy, James. His name's William.
A familiar face. A morning smile. An extra step.
Britney's down, but he got here anyway, didn't he? Nice.
At this moment, the people of FedEx are using their know-how, determination, and heart to treat your package as if it were the most important package of all. Because to them, that's exactly what it is.
James, such a nice boy. He is a nice boy, but his name's William.
Ready for the start of the season? We are ready. Wow! In your face, Dickie V. Marcus can be doing what some want to do. That's stuff Dick Vitale. Arkansas, UMass Friday, 7:30 Eastern Time. Dickie V will be there. Dickie V has Massachusetts as number 2. Turn over to Digger Phelps here. It will be no Michael Williams, key to the backcourt for Massachusetts. So many big shots last season in the tournament. Can they take care of Arkansas?
What makes Arkansas so good is we take a look at the battle to Seattle as it comes through tonight. And when you take a look at it Friday night, the depth and the experience of Arkansas. Nolan Richardson just taking this team and knowing that his 2 centers last year as freshmen are now sophomores. We talk about Corliss Williamson, maybe the player of the year. We talk about what can go on with Scotty Thurman shooting the threes. But the chemistry of that team, to me, is Corey Beck. And he's the guy that makes this team work. They will improve defensively. And without Williams, I can't see how Mass can really give that backcourt and offense and defense that they're going to need to just challenge Arkansas defensively. They're going to be very tough to go after this year. And I think that's why the battle to get to Seattle is one thing, and the next battle is how do you beat Arkansas. Similar to the year possibly when Indiana played Vegas, and no one said, oh, they can't do it.
Right.
And Alfred and company score 52 points in that first half. Indiana goes on and wins the national championship in '87 when they beat Syracuse in the championship game.
Do both these teams end up with your battle to Seattle in Seattle?
I don't think so. I really think that right now Massachusetts is going through some problems, and they need Williams, and whatever happens the second semester, we got to wait and see. But when you take a look at the way they went after Maryland last year, yes, John Calipari has something to prove, but I don't know if they are going to really have that focus to say, yes, we can do it. This will be a test, and don't forget the last time Indiana got wiped out in a tip-off by UCLA. They came back to beat them and end up in the Final Four when you take a look at when Alan Henderson was a freshman.
Academic problems plaguing UMass. Williams is only going to miss the first game, and then he's going to come back. Now some other scores going on tonight. Arkansas's arch rival Kentucky, 114 against Lithuania. How do you do there? Look at Temple. Rick Brunson, 20-7, and a loss. Mike Dean, welcome to Marquette. Not what he wanted to do. Jumped by 3 to Marathon Oil. It's a 9-point game in Maui. Joe Smith, he's got a supporting cast. Keith Booth, X3 Hip, they can all jump, score, and flush it down. We're back to Maui after this.
Beat your roping ace. Work up a bigger taste.
Slow roasting beats fast cooking. There's a reason Arby's roasts our beef 3 hours. Taste.
Yippee-yay, yippee-yi. Look for the hat in the western sky.
Arby's. It's better out here. Collect a set of Arby's Evergreen Goblets. There's real 22-karat gold in the rims. And at 99 cents each, they're a favorite for holiday entertaining.
If you have experienced problems as a result of breast implants and want to make a claim for benefits under the $4.25 billion global settlement, which recently received court approval, you must register by December 1st, 1994, or you will be considered a late registrant and may lose some or all of your benefits under the settlement agreement. I'm Mary Ann Barnes of the law firm of Chandler, Franklin, and O'Brien, and I have been assisting women with breast implant problems for the past several years. Call me for a free private interview.
We got the Maui Classic. On the Delta Faucet Halftime Report, the Maui Invitational. We have it all on ESPN. The NIT semis are set. Teams not expected to be there. Got a great story to tell you about Ohio U in just a sec. They'll be in the second game at 8. New Mexico State takes on David Vaughn of Memphis in the first one at 5:30 Eastern. The NIT Finals can be seen Friday here at 9:30 Eastern. The NIT Championship that is preceded, of course, by UMass and Arkansas. Our game, it's a 9-point separation. Trying to keep his club in it, Keith Van Horn. A great dish, and he finishes just about as well as anybody. Get you back out to Maui after this.
Isn't it just like Delta?
Let's make it really cool.
To design a faucet that's at both the height of style
Wow. Awesome.
and practicality. Delta, the way water is brought to life. Ever wonder what bears really do in the woods? The Passport from Honda.
They created a personal computer, and the world has been moving at a different speed ever since. They put them into classrooms and created the first generation of computer-literate children. Then they gave computer users the freedom to work anywhere. And now they're ready to take us into the future with the most powerful personal computer Apple has ever made. Where do you find companies that refuse to stop at success? Actually, there's a list of them printed every day. NASDAQ, the stock market for the next 100 years.
Stay with the flock. Stay with the flock.
Stay with the flock.
Hey, who's that? Don't be a sheep. Dare to compare Panasonic sound to the other guys.
Watch how fast Dristan nasal spray works.
What do you smell?
I can't smell anything.
Use Dristan nasal spray. Smell.
An orange. Dristan nasal spray just works incredible. I can't believe it.
Dristan nasal spray. Fast, effective relief.
ESPN's presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by New York Life. New York Life, the company you keep. And by American Honda, who has been making quality automobiles in America for the past 12 years.
And that's a look at Canoe Beach, 50-41. We really should thank Kenny Fuzz, our director, for all of these nice pictures, because that's as close as we get to the scenery when we come here to Maui.
It's obvious what Kenny does, huh?
We spend our time in here working, and we have a pretty good game. And Joe Smith, only one time in his entire career has he not scored in double figures. He had 18 in the first half.
Amazing player, and it's not often you'll see the Mormons rooting against, and there are some Mormon players, a fellow by the name of Joe Smith, but he blocks it, runs the floor, and right now, converting, he's at ease in the offensive end, but the impressive thing on the other side, the leak-out ability. Keith Van Horn, he understands when to put him up and down, and able to finish with scrapes and a plum.
Take a look at the stats for the first half. The free throws, both teams struggling a little bit out there. And the turnovers about even. Fast break points belong to Maryland, and the Terps have a 9-point lead underway in the second half. Joe Smith leans in, won't go. Jensen clears. Brandon Jesse, who had to spend a little time on the bench in the first half with a couple of fouls.
Nice play, huh? Draw to D.
Shot by Preston is off the mark, but oh my goodness, X-ray hip. Says forget it. And look at Smith run the floor.
Great look. The sprint. And the message jam as well late.
Back the other way, Jesse against Smith, pulls up wisely and rolls it in.
Extremely wisely. Why challenge him again? Good play by Preston.
Go Maryland's ball.
It is impressive when guys can run like that. They block the shot, get down the floor. Terrific lead pass to Joe Smith. Dwayne Simpkins had done a nice job at the end of the half penetrating. Must contain him.
And Maryland has to look for Rhodes to get going as well. He was on the bench a lot with fouls.
Never got on track.
Look at Jesse. Grab it.
Pretty good save, too. He's trying to post him up. Now, they'll run guys into that box area, wing people. 5 seconds left, John.
I don't know if they realize that Simpkins now does and forces one off. Gary Williams wears the foul, I think is what I read out of his mouth.
Oh, you got to play him even that deep?
Oh, goodness.
Well, a rainbow, appropriate in Maui. Some distance with that stroke.
24 now for Van Horn.
If their big guys could do some damage with his range, they could be very tough at the end of the year.
Lean in by Smith, no good. Melvin comes away with it.
And Van Horn in good position because he sprints the floor. Look at this kid. Oh, great job. Melvin with the acknowledgement, but that's all because of the courage to sprint out and get set.
26 now for Van Horn. 2 away from his career high. And he picks up a foul.
Number 3?
Number 3.
Now, is that deep enough? That's NBA 3. Nothing but the string. And right here, running the floor, the easy duck in, the ball passed, and the knockdown.
Rhodes can't get that one to go. Loose ball. It belongs to Utah.
I think you've got a pretty fair duo here playing. Van Horn and Smith, and not bad on the sidelines either, huh? Williams and Majerus.
And just think, these guys are both sophomores.
Of course, nowadays, that doesn't mean a whole lot if they're that good. They've been disappearing, unfortunately, in some respects. Once again,
nice job by Smith. Utah maintains possession. I mean, how quick is Joe Smith at 6'10"?
Extraordinarily so. And it's not necessarily deceptive, but he does glide into different gears. Look at them running at him now. They got 3 seconds on the reset. Ooh, we've seen a lot of those early in the year. Alex Johnson that time.
He didn't go for the new shirt.
Well, the Sona look.
I thought for sure this was a 2-shirt game.
For him, it may have been a dozen.
Hip down to the baseline to Smith. Pumps it back out. Hip. That's a 3. Hooray. Hip. Hooray. Brandon Jesse taking it to the goal. Leaves in. Come on. Call a charge.
Let him fly.
Steps in, but
overreacting. They ought to put that, you like that arc thing?
A little crease under there.
Put the crease, and right here, I mean, sliding by, some theatrics. It's a heavyweight division. Play on.
And it's 3 on Brandon Jesse as well.
And Rick Majerus trying to control himself. The referees, Paul Jansen on that call, Tom Lopes and Tim Higgins. Big play that end.
Simpkins launches a 3 and buries it.
They got a few weapons, don't they, John?
14 for Simpkins, I'd say so.
When needed, he has provided.
10 points, the biggest lead for the Terps.
I don't know why Jensen didn't give it down to Van Horn.
Van Horn's got his man sealed.
Joe Smith was good. Look at that ball fake and go to the goal.
Jesse can't roll it in, and Joe Smith
snaring now in traffic. Step. Good call. He was free, and now the curl gets called for it. And right now it should be TV timeout.
10-point lead for the Terps. Back to Maui in a moment.
Ever wonder what bears really do in the woods? The Passport from Honda.
In the 80s, a lot of companies invested their pension funds in questionable real estate. Unfortunately, that's life. In the 80s, we invested most of our pension funds in investment-grade bonds. That's New York Life. New York Life, the company you keep.
You can tell a lot about a man by his shaver. The man who uses a bra and flex control appreciates good looks, has the flexibility to adjust to any situation, and he's not afraid to get close. But the most revealing thing about a man who uses a bra is how easy it is to spot him.
I believe this is yours.
Braun, the world's most recognized shave.
Well, Bill, for years, Jerry West was Magic Johnson's boss, but I guess technically now that role is reversed.
The tide has turned. He better pay that. Jerry's explaining who he took out, his expenses for the few days, who he likes.
Why he stayed at the most expensive hotel.
Imagine saying, I want that report in tomorrow on these players, and they're looking at some good ones.
Yeah, I know Magic is here just about every year. He loves coming to this tournament. Jesse turns. Tough shot is short. Melmoth picks up the loose change and sticks it back.
Good use of the pivot foot as he stepped his way through the goal.
His first 2 of the game. Simpkins just swings it back to X-ray hip. Bristol leans around Jesse. That'll be a goaltend.
And it's amazing. Bristol able to get it off on Jesse. Nice attention to detail by that youngster, Keith Van Horn. And no question about the goaltending, helping out his partner, but Jesse didn't look like he wanted to get another.
Take a look at some more scores. The Women's NIT Championship goes to Washington. Melmoth looking to go over the top, but Smith is right in his face.
You see him play the passing lane? Good understanding.
Shot clock approaching 10. Jesse, a little one-on-one move, finds Preston, who buries the 3.
Good job by Jesse with the lefty dribble. Very good going that way. And then the kick.
Preston's first 3, X-ray hip, turns around and answers back.
Good. They're going at a guy with some foul problems, too.
Jesse spins into the paint, and it's blocked by Joe Smith.
Should have passed it. He had Van Horn put it in his left hand and give it to him.
Oh, Booth drops it off for him. That's a charge. Are we going to count the goal?
No, they wiped the whole thing out. Good play. Alex Jensen offering it up. Now right here, Jesse gets to his left. Now right here on the block, switch to your left hand, dump down. Look at the layup for Van Horn underneath. And that ignites it the other way. Position D, step in and turn it back.
Jensen comes back to the ball. Jesse flashed and was open. Van Horn along the baseline, pulls up. Career high now, ties it with 28.
I think he's finding himself, and he'll be delighted.
I think Gary Williams would like.
They pulled up without charging.
Smith turns around. Tough shot, won't go. Hansen with the rebound.
And right now, Van Horn just a little bit tired. Which means he'll settle for a jumper.
Jesse to the baseline. He pulls up, won't go. A nice ball on the backside.
And what a terrific understanding as the defense went. He stuck himself right by the tin on the offside.
The Utah crowd gets into it as the lead is now down to 5. A little push from behind by Melmoth.
You know what I liked about Rhodes that time? He has not been in the focus of the Turpin guys. Most guys would have caught and shot. He got it right into the low post, played team basketball.
Bristol comes back in. Mario Lucas comes back in for the Terps. Carroll now returns for Utah. Joe Smith, nice catch, and then they have to foul him, but that's number 4.
I don't know if they give it to Van Horn.
I think they, he reached right in.
Yeah. Oh.
And a little dilemma now for Rick Majerus.
Still a little clock. I'd be tempted to, yeah. Still a little time.
Oh, yeah, get him out of
there.
there.
Yeah, and then maybe if they're still in it.
You're only down 5 right now. Doug Chapman will come off the bench.
Well, we've seen a pretty fair player on the Utah club. He'll be on a few all teams before he's finished.
WAC freshman of the year last year. And favorite to be WAC Player of the Year this year.
If they ever needed Jimmy Carroll with the WAC Player of the Year going out, potentially, he's going to have to perform and help this club. Make some threes. Preston doesn't have to touch it. I thought he was and over and back. Yeah.
I don't know why he was chasing it so hard.
Well, maybe he figured Simpkins wouldn't run it down. He could get a little chippy at the end of it.
Matt Kovarik into the game for the Terps, number 11, and he's the man on the ball.
And Rhodes was on the ball pretty good, wasn't he?
That's 2 quick steals he's just had. From the corner, Bristol can't get it.
Hey, you know what's nice about this game, John? Nobody has said anything but played. Even that little baby. She's attentive.
Trouble in the corner. Preston can't get it. Kovarik does. Rhodes slips on his move. Lucas lets it fly. Won't go.
Lucas doing a lot of pratfalls at the end of those strokes.
Trying to draw a whistle. Chapman in the corner. Preston backs it back out.
Good pass.
Turn around by Goliath.
Nice cut to the box. He's showing some signs, isn't he? Contributed yesterday, once again today.
Kovarik into the paint. Rhodes turns around, and there he is. His first 2 of the game. Rhodes almost comes up with another steal. Has not been putting the points on the board, but he has been causing havoc for Utah. 11:37 to go, 65-59.
This guy amazing. Show him, man. I can take this guy with one hand tied behind my back. Go for it.
Miller Lite presents Hurricane Hughes versus...
What's your name? Joe, but I'm still tricky.
You can expect great things with a great taste that's never watered down.
Guys, bullfighter. Yeah.
Miller Lite. Can your beer do this?
She'll try to drown you. She'll try to freeze you. She'll try to burn you. She'll try to blow you away. But she will not succeed. The Nissan Pathfinder.
The third baseman? That's my son. I'd like him to grow up in his own home. My friends gave me some tips on how much I can afford to spend, but it didn't sound right to me. I may have to wait till my boy makes it big in the majors, and then he can buy the house. Or maybe not.
At Fannie Mae, we're the nation's largest source of funds for mortgage lenders. Call us for a free guide to get you started on the path to home ownership.
Maryland's lead is now 6, 11:37 to go. John Saunders along with Bill Raftery, and we want to remind you that from the heat of Maui, we take you to the cool climate of the Great Alaska Shootout. Arizona ranked number 5. They were here last year. Lost in the championship game to Kentucky on a tip by Brasso at the last second, but Stoudemire, outstanding. They'll take on Minnesota and Bashawn Leonard, who returns for Clem Haskins.
They're going to have to get it in quickly. They had started counting. Excuse me, John. Barry
Would you
Tompkins
please
up
stop
there?
interrupting with
the
that?
promos, huh? And Derek Dickey.
Preston finds his way into the lane, and then there's nothing but white jerseys there.
I like this maneuver, yo-yoing Jesse and Van Horn.
Goliath swings it to Preston, and then we got a foul. Rhodes underneath. That's 4 on him.
Jesse with the 3, gets the blow, comes in. Van Horn, save him. You got to save as long as you're within hailing distance. Incidentally, Derek Dickey, championship ring. Golden State.
Yep, absolutely.
Everybody remembers Barry. Nice little inbounds kick. They get free, don't they?
Goliath comes up with the rebound. Oh, Preston, the little guy, has to go up to save that one.
The scouting report, they are not letting Carroll get a look.
Jesse strong to get that ball. He almost lost it, and then lead in.
Major league approach. I mean, he did everything perfectly. He can't shoot that one-hander like George McGinnis, too. You notice he'll put it in one and hold it, and then release.
I was impressed he was able to hang on to the ball because that was very nearly stolen. Oh, from behind, he swats it, hip pulls up.
Got number 3, the reach in, yeah. Jimmy Carroll. Hip gets shots off. Number 4 on Jimmy Carroll?
Yes, number 4.
Hip's amazing. I mean, with the dribble, get in and get some good looks for Gary Williams. A 7-year extension? Well, he's in your league.
What league is that?
No, being around. The test of time.
15 for X-ray hip. Second won't go, but Lucas, I think, got a hand on that and swatted his back.
That's one that infuriates coaches because you don't pinch and get the hands up on a defensive end.
Joe Smith is so strong.
And goes up over. They're having a little more trouble because they're not screening for one another. A little bit predictable on the offensive end. They go for the home run, and it's not effective because you got a player like that back there. Size, speed, agility.
17 turnovers now for Utah. Bristol back to the ball. Hip into Smith. Just moving bodies out of there. Doliak finally comes away with the rebound.
Real good coordinated effort defensively. They got him a little further away from the goal. Why not use Doliak?
Preston swings it to Carroll. Doesn't want to shoot from that distance anymore. Oh, what can he do?
That is incredible, huh? Carroll figured, well, now I got myself a little easy deuce. The swatter is out. No business coming downtown with your weak release. And I thought that was a good save, by the way. And on replay, it showed.
They still haven't got a shot at the rim yet, so the shot clock is now under 10. Melmoth with the fake. Carroll lets fly with a 3, and it's just not going for Carroll here in Maui. Long pass for Bristol.
Just enough to throw him off. The leap helped. You must protect this. Drew Hansen did on that particular play. Amazing. Not any from Carroll from deep, and he will be supplying that during the course of the year. Just can't get on track.
We got to get it in. Finally, Carroll gets it, and then a little hole down there and a foul.
You want to power through before the trap closes. You notice the size of Lucas as well on the ball. Can't see the floor. Then closes down the trap. Don't get much vision. Carroll going out really has been struggling from deep, John. 0 for 3 tonight.
0 for 8 for the tournament. Jesse to the baseline.
His father had a few.
Ron Jesse, wide receiver with the Rams.
Try and take away the left. I mean, this is just a beautiful delay and then burst to the goal. The kiss, favorable. I mean, if you can use that offhand and have that square up ability, I mean, even when they come at you, you can take the hit and finish.
Utah back within 4 now.
No quitting his guys.
And the running Ute crowd up off their feet. Deep booth. Oh!
Chapman with a great reaction. Doliak fell asleep down underneath. And here the pass comes as Doliak's caught standing upright, and terrific block and reaction by Chapman. Well, I think the tendency early in the year is to jump quickly with the whistle. I'd rather a late whistle. I know some coaches don't, if you get it right.
Keith Booth with just 4 points in the game. And that's after 16 yesterday. Melmith looking for help.
Good spot by Hansen.
Jesse drives the baseline, leads in. Oh, they got out of the way off.
The little guy offered it up to the Terps. That's the 4th foul. Well, I mentioned the left hand. The right isn't too bad either. Underneath Simpkins, and he was there if you're going to call it.
He's there.
But that's that arc we talked about, huh? NBA, they wipe it out. I love the move, though, Brandon. It was successful in our hearts.
Plenty of quickness and plenty of height.
Timmy Higgins right there, though. Not much complaint from the huge bench.
Shot clock under 10 for the Terps now. Simpkins lets fly with a long 3. It rattles in. Look at the rebound by Bristol. Finds Lucas, and they get another shot at it.
New clock. I'd say if they score, you'll see Van Horn. What do you think?
I think we might see him even if they don't score. And I think we're going to see him off the bench in a hurry. 7 for Bristol. Rick Majerus just went by Van Horn and said, get up.
Oh, you did? Okay. I thought you...
Melmith knocks it in.
A lot of poise on this club. And real quality performance by Van Horn. St. Impressive. Let's get it going. We go in. Look at this play by Jesse. Amazing the polish of Jesse, isn't it?
It really is.
Pretty Doliak.
Lucas got him from behind.
Now that's one where Doliak could have dipped the head and got close to the glass and laid it up softly. You know the defender's behind you. You want to score. The lock low is pretty. The guide hand. But right here now, brings the ball back instead of forward. Extend to the glass.
4 on Lucas. And Horn will get ready to check back in. Preston has already come in. 9 for Doliak. He had 13 against Indiana. It's double digits. And Van Horn will likely be back in the lineup when we return to a 5-point game.
We offer quick service on real estate loans. If you're thinking of building or buying a new home, stop in and see one of our officers. We offer competitive fixed-rate mortgages. When you get your loan from us, there's no waiting for out-of-town approval. We're an equal housing lender. Second Bank and Trust, member FDIC. The Quality Bank.
Champion Chevrolet Olds Toyota owner and former Washington Redskin Mike Nelms knows football. Mike also knows Chevrolet. And Mike knows Oldsmobile. Mike knows Toyota, too. Mike knows what it takes to be a champion. So shop, get your best price, then take a short drive to Champion, and they'll beat it guaranteed. Experience the Champion difference. Mike knows you'll be glad you did. Champion, Chevrolet, Olds, Geo, and Toyota. Route 29 Southeast.
The DirecTV Grade 8 Festival. Catch Florida, Boston College, and Duke UConn on Tuesday, followed by Missouri, Purdue, and Michigan, Arizona on Wednesday. Only on ESPN.
Maryland's lead is 5. Welcome back, John Saunders and Bill Raftery. Just over 7 minutes to go, and for Utah, foul trouble. It haunted them a little bit against Indiana. They fought around it. Nice substitution by Rick Majerus, but in this one, he's got Van Horn and Jesse with 4. Carroll has 4. 48 points between those three gentlemen, with most of it coming from Van Horn and Jesse, and you're a couple of whistles away from losing all your scoring.
And the free throws there are a story, but how about the color, the ambiance here, the Kemper sports people attracting a great gate, an enjoyable atmosphere, and to a man, the kids love being here, and the coaches get an awful lot out of it, so it will be a success, just as Joe Smith is. You get it in that easily, you got some problems.
25 for Joe Smith, and the trap, timeout.
Throw it off the leg.
You don't want that timeout.
Hurry.
7-point lead now. Back to Maui in a moment.
City game, Terry.
Andre, say cheese.
Is this dull or what?
Rebel! You gotta take your best shot and show 'em what you got.
Express yourself.
The Rebel X from Canon.
Watch how fast Dristan nasal spray works.
What do you smell?
I can't smell anything.
Use Dristan nasal spray. Smell.
An orange. Dristan nasal spray just works incredible. I can't believe it.
Dristan nasal spray. Fast, effective relief.
You a sports fan? Then you know what this is. All the games you're missing. How'd the Chiefs pull ahead? How'd Seattle blow out the Nuggets? Well, with DirecTV, you see the action, not just the scores. NFL, NBA, college, hundreds of games you probably couldn't get before. Games only on in other cities. Hey, you want numbers? Get a newspaper. You want sports? Get DirecTV. For your DSS 18-inch dish and DirecTV, see your RCA dealer.
She'll try to drown you. She'll try to freeze you. She'll try to burn you. She'll try to blow you away. But she will not succeed. The Nissan Pathfinder.
And welcome back. Even a youngster barely of this earth knows that this is a great game. 75-68 is the score. Championship game. Winner of this one gets Arizona State, who knocked off Michigan. Bill Frieder and Steve Fisher, two good friends, but only one of them could win, and Bill Frieder came out on top in that one. Keith Van Horn tying a career high with 28 points tonight.
They loosen it up by sending Van Horn deep. Well, the whack attack. This is going to be a tough out, huh? Utah?
Oh, absolutely. Preston is free. That shot is short. Everyone after loose ball, and Brandon Jesse comes up with it.
To no surprise.
Jensen to Jesse into the paint. Oh, my goodness. He's got everything.
The shot was magnificent, but how about the deployment? Put the two premier players on the left and run a curl. You take away one, you still got Van Horn to dump down. Nice call by Majerus.
20 points for Brandon Jesse. Can he stop Joe Smith?
And this is an easy call for Gary Williams. If they're not going to take away that denial, just come down, let him set up, and dump it down.
27 for Joe.
Just call me Joe, plain and simple. come with the double.
Preston gives up the 3, down to the baseline, no good. Everybody after the rebound, but it's Keith Booth who comes up with it.
Those 8 to 10 footers are tough on that baseline. You'd rather be further out. Not an easy delivery.
Jesse almost with the steal. Rhodes wards him off. Hip in the paint, turn around, long. Joe Smith with the rebound. That won't go. Van Horn nearly has it. Saves it to Melman.
Double high. And Jesse works the baseline. Little staggered double for the 18. You just can't release it quick enough with that guy looming. All facets contributing, John. They ran 2 bumps, and look who comes out to assist. The long arm of their law.
Third block of the game for Joe Smith.
And here's the same idea. 2 8 players on the same side. Down to 4.
Preston, that one is blocked by the little guy. Simpkins, and they don't get it off, I don't think.
Oh, no.
No violation, and then a foul underneath. That's 5 on Van Horn.
Ah, come on. I don't believe that. That was good basketball.
Personal foul number 44, Pete Van Horn. That's it.
I thought it was a good reach in for the ball. And he's telling his guys, you got plenty of time to go. But if you have 4, you probably don't want to get involved in this. See that? I don't think that's a foul.
Everybody's ball.
Goodness gracious. Come on. I mean, it's a hard enough game to play without being violated. What a performance. Well, all of a sudden, Brandon Jesse is cast in a solo performance, huh?
He suddenly has the weight of this Ute game on his back, with Van Horn going to the bench with a career-high 28. You got to play 4:20 left in the game without your big gun.
And they're finding Smith with regularity, aren't they, on the offensive end? And Joe's finding Utah with regularity defensively.
Michael Doliak returns, and Melmuth will take a seat. Doesn't get that, and Doliak clears the miss.
Now, Doliak with some touches can score down on the block. Carroll hopefully can light it up for them. But it'll mainly be this guy, Brandon Jesse, if they reverse it.
Jesse into the paint, turns, squares, and hits.
Well, so much for that scouting report about going left all the time. He's got a mixed bag.
He's also got 22 points.
Well, that's a fullback.
Smith leans in quickly. Doliak just get out of the way, basically, is what Joe says.
Joe's just pounding away in there.
Carroll to Jesse. Doliak in the wing.
Whew, did that pass have some heat on it, huh? Jesse with a little soup on that basketball. Utah able to run without tremendous speed. I mean, they just anticipate beautifully.
Rhodes gets hit. That's 5 on him.
Never got on track, did he?
2 points for the game.
And played with it himself, though.
Did some nice things out there defensively.
There will be other days for Johnny Rhodes. Washington Dunbar. Hate to say that in front of you.
Jesse open a long 3. That one wasn't close.
They'll try and take him on the bounce a little bit. They'll get a little winded.
And Simpkins hit with a foul. Seventh team foul, so we're into the bonus.
And there's Mom. A day later, right? Tough business.
Rick Majerus' mom.
Yes, excuse me. I'm assuming everybody watched yesterday. Praying away.
Plenty of time left in just an 8-point game. Look at that rebound. 7 boards for Joe Smith.
Those you need, though, when you're inching back, excuse me.
Well, you're itching to inch. Booth. He shows some explosiveness. He hasn't gotten on the board today like he did yesterday. But he really shows how quick he is. That's 5 on Carroll now.
The two forwards can do some things, Hip and Booth. And post up, and you mentioned being explosive.
Drew Hansen will have to come in for Carroll. Becomes the second player to foul out. Carroll 0 for 8 from the field in the tournament. 2 for 4 from the free throw line, but he will find that stroke.
Oh, he will. I mean, it's a beautiful look. It's just a matter of relaxing a little bit. Get your head, too. You don't make a few, all of a sudden you start thinking.
Oh, Bristol, how quick is he to come around and get back?
It's the second in recent minutes on a missed free throw. And look at the post up. There's Booth.
He wants it badly.
He's very effective. He's a little bit like Ray Shard Allen from Tulane. A little smaller, but able to hold off beautifully. And look at all the help.
Pushed off though on that kind of. He pushed away to get free for that ball.
Hansen with a pretty good job down there. He's a happy guy down deep. You think he works enough during the ball game?
Want to remind everybody, SportsCenter is coming up next. Dan Patrick and Keith Olbermann. NBA highlights. NHL news. Could be playing sometime soon. Those of us who love the ice play certainly hope so. And the Cowboys get an injury, struggling, looking for a quarterback now. With 1 and 2 down.
Rick gonna get the troops together on this free throw. See if we can do some magic on the defensive end.
The thought process is underway.
She'll try to drown you. She'll try to freeze you. She'll try to burn you. She'll try to blow you away. But she will not succeed. The Nissan Pathfinder.
Dear Diary, today it's sunny and noisy.
You see what I see? We're safe!
Hey, what are you looking at?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
ESPN's presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by Fannie Mae, showing America a new way home, and by Nissan. It's time to expect more from a car.
Six-point lead, Maryland over Utah, 2:33 to go. Welcome back, John Saunders and Bill Raftery. Looking at a packed house at the Lahaina Civic Center. That's about 2,500 people, but it's a sellout for every game. And the Terps brought the cheerleading squad, one of the few teams that did. And the town of Maui alive because of the tournament. A lot of people in, sneak the game, then go downtown. So Wayne Duke and his group has to feel pretty good. A lot of support. Boosters in town. Anything else you need? Everything else is terrific. Maryland's got about 250 people here. Utah, about 150. I think Indiana had about 5,000.
A lot of red in town. Here's the double, and they get the reach in by Hansen. But that is something they had gotten away from. So on the timeout, a different look, knowing that Joe Smith has been taking them to town.
That's the 10th team foul, so we shoot 2 the rest of the way. Joe Smith, a 73% free throw shooter last year. Rick Majerus, you're figuring out a way to stop this guy who's got 29 points, 7 rebounds, 4 of 6 from the free throw line.
You knew this would be a tough game, right? Oh, coming in. I mean, both guys so well respected. Clubs respond to their energy and deep thinking.
That's one of the things that's amazing about this tournament, that and Wayne Duke and his staff should be commended, that they continue to get quality teams, because if you're a coach, you know you come over here, you're looking at 3 tough games.
Well, and but the guys that are coming, they have comfort in their job. And they don't mind taking the loss as long as they learn, as Booth gets overzealous, don't you think?
Right.
They're guys that have been around. They know they're going to win 20 somehow. Now, guys like myself, the only time I come to Maui is if I had the mileage headed up and left the team back home. And Van Horn there, somewhat despondent.
You saying you couldn't afford to start 0 for 3?
No, 0 for 3 would be a bad Christmas. A lot of coal in my stocking.
Fourth foul on Booth, and Jensen can't roll it in, so the lead stays at 8. Now under 2 minutes, approaching that left to play. Simpkins pulls it back out. Smith on Doliak gets tripped up.
May have been Hansen in the back.
I think it was Drew Hansen.
I talked about getting the ball in, and there's a 3-quarter and a recovery, and the close down just a little bit late. He knows how to step through. And if you're just looking at him late, folks, he made a 3 at the beginning of the game. It's not that he's a low post player alone. He's got that flexibility to maneuver away from the goal. I saw Art Curry walking out with Joe Smith. He's the assistant for Maryland last night.
Right.
And the thought, I told Gary this morning, the thought occurred to me, a flashback to James Bailey. Art Curry was the assistant, walking out of a building, everybody looking to say hello to him. You surround yourself with good players, you last for a long time in this racket. 10 with 150 left. And they changed the look, almost like that Vegas look where they extend, pop out, amoeba look. Doesn't matter, huh, with him.
Jesse, 3 was partway down, but it comes back out. X-ray hip.
Good.
Let's slow it down.
Extend the game with that little giveaway.
Barry Preston reaches in and stops the clock at 1:33.
Now, you never know how guys are going to grow in this game as a coach, and I'm thinking of Majerus, the reputation of a recruiter at Marquette. And now people just respond to his intellect, his understanding of the game more than the recruiting.
On the success of Ball State, you think about in the tournament that one year, that really brought him into the national prominence. And then they moved to Utah and the success there. And people know that this guy can coach. Preston into the paint, dumps it off. Doliak can't handle it.
Trying to extend the floor now, John.
Utah just running out of answers now.
Well, I don't think they can play without Keith Van Horn. And let's face it. Or Jesse. It would need the 2 of them to play this terrific first 5 and ever growing as Hansen. I think it's the nickel dimer bench. I think the bench is improving this week for Maryland.
Simpkins goes to the line now to add to a 12-point lead. He has 16. And that's great when you consider that Johnny Rhodes, his backcourt mate, really struggled offensively today.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, your point guard picks it up.
If you go back to the end of the first half, Simpkins played really good basketball, maybe a couple of drives and took over a little bit, and that got them organized. As you check out the bench, Jimmy Patsos down there, grad assistant. I guess they don't call him that anymore, do they? Administrative assistant.
Preston, pretty little drive. Flash! And then the foul. We're going to have a few whistles. That's 5 on Preston. A few whistles in this last minute and 5.
Good effort, though. I mean, he was in against an experienced duo. I thought he handled the pressure very well. And Gary's guys will get after you.
Majen comes in for the first time in this second half. 3 players have now fouled out for Utah, and Rick Gutierrez. Here's a look at Ma. Rick Gutierrez.
I was thinking of Richard.
2 Ma's here, right? That's what you're going to say. 20 points for Simpkins now.
This is the only arena where the Ma on the floor is more important than the Ma behind you.
At least while the game's on. Hansen, 3 won't go. Doliak follows. That's swatted. Smith getting a piece of it. Look at it. Then he chases it down.
Great job. And a
10
kick
rebounds. Majen comes away with it. Down to 35. Brandon Jesse open, launches a 3. Short. Stuck back by Jensen.
Smith just keeps playing, though. He is an impressive star.
Utah's going to win a lot of games in the WAC this year. But the Maryland Terrapins are headed to the championship game of the Maui Invitational. Gary Williams and Rick Gutierrez congratulate one another. Rick Gutierrez gets another tough game tomorrow as he'll go up against the Michigan Wolverines. The final score once again, the Maryland Terrapins 90, the Running Utes of Utah 78. So the final is set. Maryland and Arizona State will have that one for you here from Maui tomorrow. So for Bill Raftery, I'm John Saunders, and all of us here at ESPN. Thanks for watching. SportsCenter is coming up next.